Dave, you just sent me something. No. No, I mean on TikTok, no. Yeah. No. 1 minute. What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is the Celtic. Actually, I'm not going to say it. This is the, I think, the 250th or maybe more of the Old Firm derby. Obviously, I'm a Diallo plays for Rangers, but that's not my much because I actually do follow Rangers, as you can tell. So this is my first Old Firm derby watch along. So I've got it all set on my phone, and let's do it. I reckon it'd be about 2 or 3 0 for Rangers. Yes, sir. So like I said, babe, Saturday I might be DJing as well. Obviously, I'll have one phone in for the game so that I know who scored. Should I mention? I just say the lineups, guys. We'll just put Rangers. Right. Well, this is the Rangers: McGregor, Tavernier, Godson, Bassett, Baratsky, Arfield, Kamara, Abdu. On one from United, Diallo, Ruth and Kent. Oh, Ruth's back. Sweet. Oh, I'm happy about that. Does this?
Welcome to That Football. We're live. The very first, I've been asked to do this so many times, the very first Old Firm Watchalong on That Football. Very excited for this. I hope you are as well. All I know, I've watched lots and lots of Celtic versus Rangers games in my lifetime, and they're normally very fiery, aggressive, in a footballing sense. Games and an absolutely packed Parkhead. It is a spectacle. As a game, it's a very unique game of football, and I think it's going to be a cracker. And Amad Diallo plays for Man United.
The week, guys, I will be doing the reaction video, the reaction live tomorrow about 2 o'clock. And also there's something about Pochettino as well, but I'll add that into the video tomorrow. Tonight's about this game. It's nothing to do with United. All to do with the situation. No. I might add that in tomorrow. I don't know yet, but I can say, guys, I don't want to say too much about it because nothing to do with me. I've said what I need to say. This is the biggest, oldest derby there in the oldest town of Scotland.
Very good luck. First thing I'm going to say is don't really have a preference on who's going to win. You're not going to get me into that one. It is a very, very divided game, Rangers versus Celtic, for lots and lots of different reasons, and I think it's going to be very, very interesting. But let's get the timer ready. It kicks off at 7:45. Ahmad does start, but I will go through the team news for you. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Not sure whether Aaron Ramsey's going to play, but he's not going to play. I think he's not even on the bench, actually, Aaron Ramsey, so he's not. He's a new song.
They had to play that song, didn't they? Why it sounds like that song?
Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Watchers, wreck the mic. Watchers, wreck the mic. Score predictions. I've got no idea. I'm just going to enjoy it. I mean, it's a really good game.
I really hate
It's a
it.
really
So
good game because let's just get the timer up.
I don't get it. Why the hell Celtic got that? You never walk alone. It's a Liverpool song, that.
Yeah, it is. What is their capacity? I'm tempted to say it's around 55,000, but it might be more. It might be a bit less. Let me know about that. But if you're not accustomed to Scottish football, I used to watch a lot of Scottish football in the sort of early 90s. It was a fantastic time, Scottish football there. And Celtic Rangers, massive game. And if you're not accustomed to it, you're going to be accustomed
I'm
to
listening to the song because I hate. What's Celtic got this?
yellow cards and red cards, and it will be fiery, I think. Let me just tell you what the situation is in the what league is this? Scottish? Is it the Scottish Premier League?
Yeah.
Premiership, isn't it? Yeah. So Rangers are top with 23 games.
Shut your mouth. It's the Liverpool song, you bloody thickles.
Very, very close. 2 points separate.
Sorry guys, but it is a Liverpool song. Why is Celtic singing it?
For Celtic and Rangers,
Come on, Rangers.
So Joe Hart's in goal for Celtic. Juranovic, Carter Vickers, Starfelt and Taylor, O'Reilly, McGregor, Hatted, Abada, Gaviscus, I can't pronounce his name, and Neves Felipe. And then Rangers, McGregor, Tavernier, who many from people know. Bassi, Goldson, Barisic, Arfield, Kamara, Arovo, Diallo, Roof, and Kent. It's not our Kent, don't worry. It's not our Kent. But it is. Oh God, what's going on here? I need my. I don't know if I'm still live. I think I am. Just lost my chat. I can get my chat back.
Aaron Ramsey's not playing, all right.
There we go. We've got the chat back. Lovely stuff.
I love it, mate, when they start booing. I love it, mate. I love these unfirmed armies. Love it. And before yes, love, yes, I wouldn't mind going to Scotland to watch this. I actually would go to Scotland to watch this. I had to book a weekend to go and watch it. Obviously with you as well. I'll take you with me. Obviously, I'm not going to leave you here. You see what I'm laughing at? Because when it's normally I get into a fight with the Celtics, but come on, you fucking Celtics, come! Oh, it's coming. Taylor Celtic, right? The only fucking one in Glasgow is fucking Scotland, right? That's Glasgow, isn't it? The only one in Glasgow, right? Is that the Rangers? They take your fucking flowers, Celtic shite. I better not say that on here. They got a flower on the thing.
It nearly goes for a corner. It does go for a corner. So an early corner for Celtic. Yeah, it is an AMAD watch for me. But whilst it's also an AMAD watch, it's still a very interesting game, especially because they've got an interesting title race going on. Top two, Rangers separate, 2 points ahead of Celtic. Lovely cross, that should have been a goal. It nearly was a goal. Oh, cross came in from Celtic. He's almost got a free header on the 6-yard box. He misses it. It drops. There's a shot, and they block it. Should have been 1-0 to Celtic there. Good start by Celtic. It's on Sky.
Oh, the fight between these two.
Celtic have started off really well here. He's a good player, isn't he? I can't pronounce names. I'm crap at them. Number 41, Hatati. Is that his name? Hatati. He's very good. And Abada on the wing.
Oh, it's that the atmosphere. Keep an eye out for 41. By the way, they do fight a lot of these own firms.
Hatati, very good players for Celtic.
You can't walk into a Celtic. You walk into a Celtic shop with the Rangers up and you just end up dying.
Says Matt Pack. Yeah, another corner for Celtic here. Headed away. Edge of the box. It's got to be worth a shot. I scored it as well. And Goldbridge has called it. It's a terrible start by Rangers. It's 1-0 to Celtic. And what was I just saying? Hatate, or however you pronounce it, edge of the box. Another corner, and it's 1-0 to Celtic. Well, they've started the better side here. And Hatate scores. Scooby-Doo. Rangers are going mad. They're saying, what's going wrong here? Scooby-Doo, what's going on? But it's 1-0 to Celtic. Cross comes in, comes to the edge of the box. He shoots. There's a man down. Keeper's got to do a little bit better for me. Keeper needs to do a bit better here. 2 players go down. Nothing wrong with the goal. It does deflect. There can't be an offside. I don't know what they're moaning about. Hatate with a lovely, lovely shot. It deflects past, but there's 2 Rangers players that go down. And
Let me know what you think.
there can't be an offside.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the score.
Let me know what you think of the quality of that video or something.
Because I can't see how that would be marked off. Well, the referee's talking to somebody. Scott, the linesman's going, I didn't know. Scooby-Doo. I didn't know. There is a head injury to a Rangers player. It'd be very harsh to call this out.
Ooh.
1-0. Yeah. He knows this is at Celtic. He can't.
I like it.
Can't rule it out.
What's he given? I'm not putting anything yet.
It's Rangers player on Rangers player. Heads it away, collides with his own man. Hatate on the edge of the box, shoots, deflects into the bottom corner. It's 1-0 to Celtic, and it won't be ruled out. 1-0 here. Ahmad and Rangers 1-0 down. This would put Celtic top of the league by a point. But it's funny, isn't it? I was just saying that Hatate, the number 41, is a player to keep an eye on, and number 11, Abada as well. And there it is. Hatate scores. The referee won't be turning that over. People saying they're here to watch Ahmad. He's not done anything yet. But an early goal in a game like this is always a good thing, isn't it? Always a good thing. It's 1-0 to Celtic. Let's see what the response is. It's
Joke.
It's always hard, isn't it? It's always hard to come out and do well in a game like this.
God's sake.
A lot of pressure. So, are you enjoying it so far? Yeah, there's going to be a few people to block tonight. Why you think I'm going to allow some of the comments here when I can read them is mad.
One sec.
Listen to the fans as they play on UFC. Well, Celtic are still dictating the game here. They're still pushing, and Rangers just haven't settled. Welcome to Scottish football, Ahmad. I mean, for me, I'm just very much. This is like if I watch Everton or Sevilla between now and the end of the season. I'm really watching the United play to see what they're all about. Ahmad at the moment looks lost, but so does most of the Rangers team. Atmosphere is crazy. This is what Ahmad said, bro. And my first experience of the old firm, my TV volume was on low, but it's still loud. I'm glad you did this watch along after this. It's probably the most requested watch along I've ever I've had on this channel, and I've thought about doing it a few times, but normally it clashes with other games. But tonight it's just felt perfect with no Premier League or other games going on. It's perfect, and it's certainly living up to it. It's a good game. The trouble with Scottish football is that Rangers Celtic is a really good game, but there's not really any other games that are on this level or intensity. They play each other 4 times, don't they? Because they don't have many. There's not many teams in the Scottish League, so they play each other 4 times. Who do you prefer, Celtic or Rangers, Michael Sutton? You're not going to catch me out with that. You're not going to catch
Rangers no way for me. I'll say it.
I don't really care who wins. euros. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. It's not worth it. Stick it up, punks. Roll up, Sorry, I'm just reading something here. Abe's Hearts was great last night, says Tom. Sorry about that, I was just checking something because I've gone from one stream to another. But Rangers finally on the attack here. He's a good player as well. I'm just finally getting a bit of Rangers action. Kamara, the number 18. I don't know whether he'd be good enough to transfer down to the Premier League, but very valued player under Gerrard, and sort of the midfield destroyer in that Rangers side. Kamara, he needs to get all of that midfield, to be fair, because at the moment it's very much Celtic. But Rangers just need to settle a bit here. You expect that in the first 10 minutes when you're away, especially at Celtic Parkhead, isn't it? There is you're going to have to ride the storm out, and unfortunately they haven't. They're 1-0 down here, but the game will settle down a little bit. Here's Kamara again. He's starting to get a little bit more in that midfield area. What channel's the game on? Says Samuel Jones. I don't know, but I'm bloody loving it. I do know, really. It's on Sky. Man Bronckhorst is the manager of Rangers, yes. Ex-Arsenal and Rangers. Watchalong and Man United versus Atletico. I sort of will, mate, because I really understand and we all Watchalong. Subscribe to this channel, by the way, bottom right hand corner. You're very welcome. I'll tell you what our next Watchalong is, actually, because I don't know. It's FA Cup weekend, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do in that. What did I have for tea? I had a lovely chicken and mushroom pie, homemade, lovely, with mashed potatoes and green beans. Lovely, really good. Tell us what you have for yours. Very good stream on Twitch this afternoon. If you're a TUSFC Ultra you haven't watched the highlights, they'll be up on this channel soon, and they're well worth watching anyway. But the game at Anfield, it was a good stream. It wasn't all. They were just good games. Didn't win them all either. Like, they were good games. The Leicester game was a good game. The Arsenal game was a good game, and the Anfield game was a classic. Bam. Scottish Cup is where it's at, Mark. Every game is absolutely insane. It's reverse clouds. I think the Scottish League would be a great league if they could replicate this match week in, week out. The problem with the Scottish League is it's not impossible. This is the Scottish League. It's Rangers against Celtic. You're not in Europe. This is Rangers against Celtic in the Scottish League, and it's fascinating.
Yeah, this is the show.
The Scottish League. The problem is, and I can't speak about the Scottish League as much as I can about the Liga, but it almost feels the same. At the expense of other clubs, Rangers and Real Madrid and Barcelona have just made this massive rivalry, but it's at the expense of the rest of the league. And it's the same with Rangers and Celtic. They just can't replicate it in any other games. So it basically becomes a two-horse race, which is just, it's not good, is it? It's not. It makes the league less appealing. But the Rangers Celtic game is massive, and there's always been talk about whether they should be invited down into the Premier League. No, they shouldn't. They should make their league better. Which is why Sir Alex Ferguson did such a great job, because with Aberdeen he sort of broke that story, didn't he? Scooby-Doo. Anyway, the game's settled down a little bit now. Celtic have got their goal. They'll probably just look to get slow the tempo a little bit, get a bit of control. Another good shot, a good save by the Rangers keeper, and another good save. What's the defender doing there? Oh, he's stood still, and the Celtic player leaps like a trampoline, like he's on a trampoline, and it's a double save by the keeper. One from distance, and then a point blank header as well. He's done a good job there. Should have been 2-0 to Celtic again. Well, it's not been 2-0 yet, but fantastic save by McGregor in goal for Rangers. And Celtic are coming again. It's that lad on the wing that I like, Abada, and Groove Abada. And they've played it this time, but we haven't seen the double save there. But Rangers defensively just looking a little bit of a mess. I suppose that's the problem, isn't it? The quality of defending isn't always up there, but they'll show us the replay now. He shoots from the angle, points it up in the air, and he just gets the better leap on the defender. To be fair to the defender, he's got a standing jump, and the Celtic striker, as the goalkeeper palms it up in the air towards the 6-yard box, the Celtic player's got a running jump on a standing jump, and he heads it straight at the goal, and the keeper makes a save. Why did this game, but not the Edinburgh Dundee derbies last night, just someone else only carrying the old firms, says James? I don't know, James. Mark, I would love it if you do a United Fan Channel Ricky impression. What would he say if he's the United fan supporter? Start third and drop goal. I'll do that on the next one. Like City and Liverpool, Mark, says Red Taylor. Yeah, well, is the Premier League starting to become a two-team league? Probably not. With the introduction of Newcastle, that will not be the case. It's a shame in the Scottish League they can't get a billionaire owner of Aberdeen or Hibernian or something like that to take on the thing, but I suppose no one's attracted to be a billionaire owner of a Scottish club, are they? Roy Keane to be the Sunderland manager again, says Luke. If he's hungry to do it, do it. What's the obstacle of Scottish Football League joining the English Football League? Scotland's football and their national team can improve if they join. Says, hey, I mean, it's all my life. All my life, they've been talking about the Scottish Rangers and Celtic joining the Premier League, and I think if they did, they'd become very, very quickly big clubs because they've got huge. Well, they are big clubs, and then if they're playing in the Premier League, they'd get richer and richer, and they'd buy better and better. But I don't know why it always gets mentioned, and I don't know why there's no chance of it happening, to be honest. Raoul says, thoughts on the Super Bowl? Really looking forward to it. If the Chiefs had been in the final, they would have been strong favourites. You've now got the Rams against the Bengals. I'm doing a watch-along for that on this channel. If you didn't watch my NFL Super Bowl watch-along last year, you missed out, and it's going to be even better this year. You don't need to know what it's all about. It's another save. I tell you what, McGregor's keeping them in the game here. It's a lovely chance for Celtic again. And he shoots straight at the keeper. But they took the corner quick. Celtic are down to the killer goal here. And it's another cross on the back post. And he flicks it wide. It could have been 2-0 again. It's another good save. There's an offside that time. But McGregor makes the save. And it stays 1-0.
Yeah.
Rangers are on the shop at the moment defensively. And they're not doing anything in the attack.
Right. You did what?
As Hutch says, Celtic are the better team by a mile at the moment.
What did you say? Okay. Come on, man.
Another free kick here for Celtic. 20 minutes gone. It's a good game when the time's flying by. And we've had 20 minutes in this. And I can remember the kickoff. I remember it like it was 2 minutes ago. It's absolutely flying by. Really, really good game. Enjoying it. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. We're on the road to 612,000, and I don't know why it says 612 because we're not on it yet. We're on 611,500. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Everyone's welcome on That's Football. You might have come here from the Euros in the summer where we did every game of the Euros. We're going to be doing the World Cup. I'm thinking about doing the final of the AFCON actually. I just don't know whether it will clash with anything, but there is an AFCON semi-final on at the moment, I think, isn't there? It shows you how much attention I've been paying to it. But yeah, we have. It's a semi-final between Senegal and Burkina Faso, and it's half time, and it's 0-0. Tomorrow night it's Cameroon against Egypt at 7 o'clock, and then the final is on Sunday at 7 o'clock. So there you go. We might do that, but it's obviously football. I'll get back at the weekend. So I'll talk to you about what Watchalongs we're going to do. You're very welcome on here. We have debate shows, all sorts of stuff. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner, get involved. I think it's going to be a very interesting year ahead. A World Cup in November as well. I'll be doing United versus Brighton, mate. I won't be doing PSG versus Madrid. Yeah, I have to. I looked at that the other day. Tuesday night, isn't it? Week on Tuesday. So we'll miss the Champions League. Oh, what's your opinion on Van der Beek going to Everton? So I look forward to it. Looking forward to forward to see what he can do. Yeah. Brilliant start by Celtic, says Makina. Well, if what's your thoughts on the game so far? I think it's been. Oh, here we go. Good run from the midfield. He's given a foul. He should have got it out wide there to Ahmad. Ahmad's barely touched the ball, but it's a yellow card. That's a good decision by the referee. I've got to say, I don't know because I don't watch enough Scottish football, but I've been quite impressed with this referee in the first 20 minutes. If the standard of refereeing in Scotland crap, but he's done well. Super Bowl is a week on a Sunday. We'll be on this channel. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. But one of my favourite streams I did last year, considering I did charity streams, FIFA, United, all the Euros, Fury, boxing. One of my favourite streams last year was the Super Bowl because I don't really know a lot about the sport, but I just enjoyed it. I really did. Rangers here have still picked it up on the edge of the box. Not had a chance at all. Arts had an easy night so far. McGregor kicks it out. Celtic just not able to get into this game at the moment, and I've got to be honest, they're front three of Rangers, they're doing nothing. What are your thoughts on Mason Greenwood with that? I'm not really going to get into it, mate, because it's there's a lot of people giving their opinions on it. I actually uploaded a video on my channel tonight about Mark Baldwin's channel called The Investigation Process, which basically explains to people what the investigation process is in the UK in a very sort of sterile way. I don't pass opinion on that investigation. My personal opinion on it doesn't really matter because I don't know all the evidence. So it's hard to pass judgment on it, really. I think it's very clear that the police have got a challenging investigation. Ooh, I up there. That looked a bit late. He let it go. Fair play to Kamal. He didn't make a big deal out of it. But
Actually, speaking of food, I'm going to get some eat now. Well, there's free cake. Nothing. Come on, Ranger. Shut up, because I'm wearing a chicken mochi. I can't show you my pants because I've got shorts on the rack because I'm on arm.
Am I supporting Rangers? I'm not supporting anyone. I'm just watching the game. But I obviously want. If I'm at school, I'm supporting Ahmad, but that doesn't mean I support Rangers. I suppose technically I probably am because I want Ahmad to score goals. But I don't care if Ahmad scores a hat trick and it's 4-3 to Celtic. I'm not bothered. You know what I mean? I just want Ahmad to do well. I think Rangers have been very sloppy in possession. It's hard to judge Ahmad because he's just not getting any of the ball. Ryan Kent's a good player. So Jag. What's the name of Kent in my FIFA career? It's not Ryan, is it? It's definitely not him. Who am I going to root for in the Super Bowl? So, not in that future. I sort of want to go for Cincinnati because I feel they're a little bit of an underdog. But then I do like the Rams, and I like their coach, and one of my mates supports the Rams. So, you know, obviously I probably would. I'm not massively bothered, but Cranky being in charge of them doesn't really bother me. Do you think you will watch more Scottish Premiership matches in the future? I think Hearts and Aberdeen have some good players, says Jack. If it became a better league, I'd watch more of it, Jack. But I think this is a good game because it's fiery and quite evenly matched. What do you think would happen if Celtic were playing in the Premier League? Because I watched the game Ahmad play at the weekend against Ross County, and I felt Rangers would be a higher end Championship side, maybe lower Premier League, and Ross County would be a sort of League One side. But you know, some people, I don't think Rangers or Celtic would be massively better than a Norwich or a Burnley. I really don't. Blake Kent. He scored again. Not Blake Kent. It was the Greek guy on number 7. The cross came in. He doesn't really connect with it. And again, it's a good save by McGregor. It's close to his feet. I mean, Celtic could be 3-0 up, and that's no word of a lie. They should be 3-0 up as well. The chances they've had, they should be. But Rangers cannot get into this game. David McGregor says Harry Smith. Rangers, I don't think Rangers have had a shot, and we've had 27 minutes. It's really good play here. Oh, they nearly went for a penalty. Ref says no. So we'll watch the back of this. Rangers on the run. Nice little bit of play. Roof gets it in. Does he get the ball? He gets the ball. He gets the ball. Arrigo. Look, the man who went down. McTominay would be the best player on the pitch. I'm not joking. How's Ahmad playing? Alex, he can't get the ball, mate. The Rams are owned by Stan Kroenke, also owns Walmart and Arsenal, says Chris. Yeah, Arsenal fans don't want Kroenke to win, do they? So it'd be quite funny if they did. Reverse of last year, where we didn't really want the Bucks to win, and they did. Although I did want the Bucks to win because I like Tom Brady. I mean, he's probably retired. What a career! What a career! I do remember the Larson days. I remember the Ali McCoy days. I remember the Gaza days. I remember the John Collins days. I even remember Mo Johnston, who I think played for both. Not many players played for Rangers and Celtic, do they? I think there's a good chance Celtic will be in the top 10 in the Premier League, says Miriam. I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. I think the top 10 in the Premier League nowadays is really strong. I really don't think Celtic or Rangers will be anywhere near the top 10. Rangers need Gerrard, says Shotto. They're not looking very good. Celtic are looking a lot better. And as I said, 2 players that I highlighted really happened to highlight for Celtic. And Tarte, who scored the goal, number 41, and number 11, Abada. He's having a lot of fun down that right-hand side, and he's giving Heritage a nightmare, really. And every corner Celtic have put in, they're making things happen, and they nearly make things happen again. But Aribo wins the tackle. Trying to go forward. Here we go, bit of a break. Give it to Ahmad. Here we go, Ahmad, bit of time. On his own, running at the box. Oh, it's not a great pass. First time Ahmad's had a chance to run and stretch his legs there. Would you rather loan a player to QPR or Celtic for development? QPR. Yeah. I don't think QPR are necessarily better than Celtic. If Celtic going to play Rangers every week, and probably say Celtic, but God, if you're playing for Rangers in the Championship, just the intensity of the games that you're playing week in, week out is much better. It's like saying, would I rather Ghana be a Forest or Celtic? I'd rather it be a Forest because it's a tougher league. And it's consistency you want, isn't it? Half an hour on, still 1-0. La Liga is a serious option for Cavani this summer. He will decide his future in the May. Leaving United in the summer anyway.
Hello, he already is. I can actually put that in there, guys. I can actually put that in there while I'm thinking here. Someone just said then on Goldbridge, right? Someone just said, "Oh, you're gonna do his options." Well, it doesn't matter where he goes. He's leaving United in the summer, so it doesn't matter where he goes. And he's been very quiet.
You know, if I was Rangers though, I'd be like, you know what? We could be 2 or 3 nil down, and it's 1-1, and things.
Back a minute, babe. I can't say. I just delete a chat on here
I think Cavani sounds like he does want to go on.
because someone just put. Well, I can't really say. I messaged you, babe. I messaged you what you just said. I deleted the message now. I deleted it. It's not about you know her. It's nothing to do with that. Because I've told people not to come at anything. I might mention it tomorrow in that live, but that's it really. But if not, I'm not going to mention it.
First corner for Rangers. Good player on FIFA to Bernie. Should wait till a time. It's been a long week, hasn't it? To say it was only 48 hours ago we were doing the transfer deadline live stream. That was a lot longer. So it does. Corner to Rangers. Thanks very much to Solly Devil Red 7 and cleared away by Celtic. Every corner. One thing I would say about the Scottish Premier League is that corners are a lot more exciting than they are for United. Like it's such a surprise seeing so many crosses coming in and looking dangerous. High intensity game. Here's Kent. Still Kent shoots from distance, and Joe Hart's going to save that. Mark, you remember the Troubles in Northern Ireland? Was it broadcast in England sometimes? I do remember, but I'd also be a bit young for a lot of that. I love your trim, Marks. It's Justin, thank you. And hi, Mark. Who do you want to win the Carabao Cup if you have to pick the one? Chelsea or Liverpool? Chelsea, Matt. Always Chelsea. I can't support Liverpool. I don't want Liverpool to win. It's impossible. Another corner for Celtic. Why am Barcelona buying so many players?
How was
that man played? Well, he's done quite well here. He's picked the ball up on the edge of the box. Got nothing going on.
Where do I put that?
He's a tidy player, Ahmad. Yeah, it's a terrible ball, though. Oh, nearly stayed in. He's gone for a goal kick. Yeah. The final ball of Ahmad's just been a bit off so far. He needs to be careful. He might get some. I wouldn't say he's the worst player on the pitch, but this is where reality bites. You know, Ahmad should be starting for United. Paleski should be starting for United. Donny should be starting for United. This is what these loan moves are all around. You've not started for United. So can you go off and prove that you should be starting for United? You know? Cross from me. Oh, he wanted a bit of a penalty now. I tell you what, I had a look at it. Cross came in. Rangers player was in the back of it a little bit. Celtic player wins it and goes down. It's more of a physical go down than a tackle go down, but referee says no. Do you get VAR in Scotland? Did you ever play police football matches? There must be so many there tonight, says RC. You know what? I never did. It's a good point. I never did. I know loads of people who did, but I never had a police one football match. No, never did. There's no VAR in Scotland. That does surprise me. Thank you, Ellis. And I'm quite surprised that there's no VAR in the Premier. There you go. So it's ultimately we're watching a game where it's just down to the referee. Sorry, Mark. I just wanted to say that you need, and that's thanks, Donnelly. Yeah, we were fully aware of that, Donnelly. Thank you. Mark, did you watch the Rangers versus Ross County game at the weekend? I watched bits of it. No VAR in Scotland, just battered Maris Barris, says Mason Reed. Different leagues watch around every week, says Ali. I am enjoying this because it's something different, but I'm not opposed to watching Bayern play Dortmund or El Clasico or an Italian league game. But unfortunately, what tends to happen is that they do clash with either a United stand show or a Premier League game, and that's why it's difficult. But tonight, it's worked out really well. I'm enjoying it. It's quite refreshing night whisper anyway to watch a game without knowing that there's no VAR and you just in the hands of the referee. It's like watching an old school game. Rangers adopting the press here. Can Celtic play through it? No, it's thrown to Rangers. VAR in Scotland, they've only just got electricity, says M&K Group. And who do I want to win? Celtic or Rangers? No, I don't answer that. I'm looking forward to Van der Beek at Everton. I hope he can play games because that's something he couldn't do at United, and we'll take it from there, really. What's your next watch-along, Mark? Well, my next watch-along for definite is Man United against Middlesbrough on the United stand on Friday night. But you're right, we are getting back into things now. And so, yeah, I'll definitely be doing United on Friday night. Saturday, Watford at 6 o'clock. I've never known a 6 o'clock kickoff in the Premier League. That's proper weird. 6 o'clock, Burnley against Watford. Interesting game that. I won't be watching it, but it's an interesting game in the relegation battle. Obviously, it's FA Cup games on the weekend. I mean, I can't see anything there that's massively interesting. I'm tempted to do I might do a 3 o'clock stream. What do you think about that? 3 o'clock on Saturday on That's Football, just monitoring all the FA Cup games because, and then again, there's not really any good ones there either. Tottenham are playing Brighton at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. I hate 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, so I won't be doing that. Chelsea Plymouth at 12:30. Easy win for Chelsea. There's not actually many good games on Saturday. I'd rather play Club Draft on Twitch. Rangers are playing Hearts on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Forest Leicester. If that's on the telly, I'd like to do that. That's a good game on Sunday. I might do Forest Leicester because Forest Arsenal was a good one. I think that's an East Midlands derby, so that might be quite interesting.
Yeah, I might do that one as well.
Maybe do that on Sunday at 4 o'clock.
See if it clashes with anything on that Sunday. I think it does.
We're into Premier League action. Celtic on the attack here, cuts it back, we'll clear it this time. Yeah, Man United Burnley on Tuesday. And Wednesday, we've got. Can't really see a game to do on Wednesday. There's one on Thursday, Liverpool, Leicester, and Wolves against Arsenal. They're good, we'll do them. Anyway, subscribe, please. Bottom right hand corner, we are 6 minutes away from half time. Liverpool play Cardiff on Saturday on ITV. Very quiet hour. So is most of Rangers. You can't. Well, that's a good tackle by Kamara. Brilliant tackle by Kamara. He's got to move it though. He's got to get it wide. Here we go. This Kamara. Get it to Ahmad. Here's to Bernier. Ahmad's wide. Give it to Ahmad. Here he is. On the right hand side. Ahmad. He's lost it. He's lost it. Needs some help. He's done well. And it's a throw in. Good tackle by Kamara, but it breaks down. If Donny does well at Everton, do you think United will actually play him, says Evan Cambridge? I don't think there's no guarantee. I was saying that last night. Lingard did well at West Ham. Like, what's the difference? Like, it doesn't mean you're going to come back and play for United. How old is Ahmad? Is he 19 now? I think Aaron Ramsey will be a good signing for Rangers. In this league, you'd expect him to be. Oh, here we go. Is he going to go for it? Oh, quick off his line, Joe Hart there. He's nearly in. Was it Harfield? Just didn't have the pace. Makes the run from the midfield. Celtic's defence is wide open. He should get there. A quicker striker gets there, but he's not a striker, is he? Literally, yeah, he should have got through. Just didn't have the pace. It looked like he was running through porridge. Spurs versus Southampton on Wednesday might be a good one. Yeah, good idea. And Atate! He's done it again! It's 2-0. Oh, he's done it again. He's running this game. It's 2-0 to Celtic. And Hatate, from the edge of the box, bends it in. I'm surprised that that McGregor gets beaten from here, but it's Hatate again. And it's those two players linking up. The two players, the number 11 and the number 42, 41. I think it might get a bit of a deflection again, to be honest. I'll have to see it here. Let's have a look. It looks like a clean hit. And McGregor should not be getting beat from here. We need to see the deflection on it. I need to see it from behind, please. 2-0. Hatate, fed by Abada. 2-0 to Celtic. Deserved as well. Deserved. You could argue they should be 3-0 up. But both the goals have actually been, McGregor's made a lot more better saves than those. And 2-0. And Celtic are comfortable here. And he's going to have to make changes. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls Ahmad because I can't see him taking Kent off. Midfield's been dominated a lot.
I'm going to say Zico will get banned.
Celtic have been rampant so far.
Where the hell they got him from? Is it that Emery's played for Celtic years ago? Was it Nakamura? Yeah, Nakamura played for Celtic. Illegal player.
Been quiet to Shivan. Yeah, so is Ruth. So is Kent. Do you like Queen? I think they're massively overrated. And I think Coldplay and Miles better, says Don Ollie. No, I like Queen. There was no deflection since Daniel's play. You probably should be saving it really then. Oh my God. What is the Rangers defence doing? It's 3-0. I cannot believe this. Rangers defence is absolutely crap. Never tell me Scottish football defence is any good. I mean, it's just I'm not joking. It could be 5-0 to Celtic. And what are they doing? What are they doing here? The cross comes in. It's Hatate with it. He's got 2 goals and an assist. He just basically locked it in the 6-yard box. And there's no Rangers defender there. They're all stood bloody having a chat. 3-0 right on half time. They've absolutely battered them. And, 3-0 at half time's a bit of a battering. They could have had another 4. That left back's crap for Rangers as well. What's his name? He's absolutely rubbish. I'm not joking. He's crap. What's his name? Bosnich. May as well be Mark Bosnich. Rubbish. Barisic. Crap. Rubbish. I've never seen. So Abada scored as well. Goldbridge. He knows ball. Hatate and Abada. I didn't know who scored. I said for Celtic, watch out for number 11 and number 41. And
This is not Celtic. This is not Rangers. They don't turn like this.
So, yeah. No away fans doesn't help players who've lost their heads, says Chris. Yeah, well, that's a good point. That's a good point. But there won't be any way back. It's just how much they could get humiliated. They'll go for 5, says Kieran, exactly. If you know anything about the old firm, they won't take their foot off.
Fucking bullshit, that. Fucking bullshit.
This could be a worthy thought. This could be a worthy old firm game to watch because of how battered Rangers get. Could be a cricket score here. Awful defending, dreadful defending, and Abada and Hatate have run riots. Gorbich is on a roll at the moment. I'm proper predicting scores and all sorts. Should back myself more. What football jerseys do you see the most where you live? Says in your head. Change that. I don't. I've got to be honest. I don't really see any. I think Katata has a bright future ahead. It lit up the Japanese league and looks like he will do the same in Scotland. As Alex Whitmore. I think. I think the good thing when you're watching a game like this is you're thinking how many of these players have got a chance of coming to the Prem, and. It's always difficult, but Tierney's came from Celtic. He's proven himself. There are others. I think that Hatate looks to me like he could be
Oh, then Griff, if you say so, if you say you think Celtic could just go on a winning run after this, no way. I've seen this over in the 90s. It's going into late 2000s. All this 3-0. The worst one they've done is 6-1 against Rangers. That was it, and that was in late 2000s. Now. Who's that? You seen new? Is this a new one you're watching? Yeah, that's Abby Roberts.
Yeah.
Is it? I thought it was someone else.
No.
Oh, is she live now?
She's having a tattoo.
Oh.
Is he a player that could make it in the Prem? I don't know, but he's made it tonight. 2 goals and an assist. Him and Abada have torn it up. But to be fair, Celtic have torn it up. And Ahmad, welcome to the old firm. He's been very quiet. He might not even come out for the second half. So people are putting it in the chat I don't want to see. So Zinchenko, Zlatan. Well, so I suppose that's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zabaleta. That's 2. Who have I said? Zinchenko, Zabaleta. I can't have Zlatan, can I? Because it's not his first name. I can't do it because I've got people in the chat who are. I can't do it because people are in the chat and they're saying things like Zaha, Zabacosta, Zakaria, Zakora. So,
wait a minute. I just can't believe.
You've ruined it. But it would have been good if I didn't have cheating people in the chat.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, half time.
Come here, Sammy.
What do?
It's been a very, very, very good game.
So just 1 minute. Ahmed not having much the ball. What's up? I know. To be honest, Dan, none of them have had it. This is the same position as they were against Notts County. Half of them goals can be prevented. 3 of them. This should be better. This might end up about 9-0 this, how they play at the minute.
Kent's a good player. Glimpses, really. I think the front three, Ruth, Kamara, and Namad, have been kept very, very quiet because Celtic have played so high up the pitch, and Rangers haven't been able to get up there. So it's an interesting one. I think we'll see in the second half what happens, but good atmosphere. And a very one-sided atmosphere, of course, because it's only Celtic fans in there, isn't it? I believe because of the high-intensity rivalry in the fan base. Senegal are winning 1-0, by the way, in the AFCON semi-final. Chuck us some questions, either or something. I didn't actually think of a half-time topic, which we normally do, and I'd forgotten about that. So, yeah, that's my fault. Please subscribe, by the way. We've got nearly 8,000 people watching. You're very welcome on That's Football. Please subscribe. We're on the road to 612,000. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. We're only 300 away from 612,000. So please click the button in the bottom right-hand corner and subscribe to the channel. You're very welcome. Everyone's welcome on here. How's Diallo doing? Says Mad619. He's been very quiet, really. He's not. Yeah, he's had the ball probably 3 or 4 times. I've seen with a bit of space. A couple of bad passes, lost possession. I mean, to be fair to him, very, very similar to the performance that Kent's putting in on the other side. It's not great. But to be fair to him, he only joined them a week ago. He's not accustomed to the league or first-team football, really. Hamad's not really played any first-team football in his career consistently. And you're straight into a game in an old derby where you're playing at Celtic. So it is a bit of a baptism of fire for him, and
let me just.
one way or another he will learn. But he certainly lit the game up like
I'm watching
Celtic, or as well Abada as well. I'm very impressed with him for Celtic as well. So they were the 2 players that I predicted would be the players to watch, 41 and 11. 41's got 2 goals and an assist at Harsante, and Abada has got a goal and an assist. I think the assist. They can't assist. Am I the only one that thinks Rooney is Premier League best player ever, better than Henry? Says Donnelly. I don't know. That Abada is superb, says Omar. I don't really know much about him, to be honest. I mean, you watch a lot of Scottish football, but he's 20 years of age, and that's quite interesting. He's 20 and he's only just 20. So, that's the sort of, when you're looking at these players in these leagues and you are going like, they're decent players. You're sort of looking at players and you think, well, with all due respect to Celtic and Rangers, will they have the potential to come south of the border in the Premier League? Tarte 24, 25, maybe he might miss the boat with Abada at 20. Let's be honest, he might not be south of the border, he might end up in Serie A or something like that. But he's been very impressive, and what I like about Abada is that physically quite good for a quick player. Passing move, gets his shots on, intelligent movements as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing a little bit more of him in a better league. Reminds me a little bit of a Dwight McNeil type of winger, really, who he's quite physical, but he can move. When you were in Ireland, did you see much of the Celtic-Irish connection? Not asking you to pick a side, just curious if you've seen that passion here. Oh, mate, when I lived in Dublin and Paul, there's loads and loads and loads of Celtic. I knew a lot of Rangers, not a lot of Rangers, I knew a lot of Liverpool and Man United fans in Dublin, and I'd say there was, the split was hard to tell. Everyone seemed to support United or Liverpool. but everybody supports Celtic. Like, so, yeah. And I always find it quite weird because I'm a Manchester United fan and Premier League fan, and but in Ireland they would be a United fan, but they'd also be massively into what Celtic are doing as well, like obsessively. I played at Celtic, Kieran Tierney and Edouard, to name a few. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a guarantee that if you're a decent player at the Celtic or Rangers, you're good enough to play in the Premier League. But I think Abada's one to watch out for. I don't really, a lot of people mention to me Kamara, and I'm not so sure about him. 26. You know, I think the biggest thing about Kamara is I think he's good enough to play in the Premier League. Well, Steven Gerrard's looking for a holding midfielder, and he has not been linked with Kamara, has he? So I don't know if he's really Premier League standard. Keep your eye on Abada. I got $200 on the Bengals in the Super Bowl, says Lee. Have you seen the price? Have you seen the price for tickets to go to the Super Bowl? I mean, God, ridiculous. It's true or not, but they're ridiculous. Some of the cheaper tickets are $12,000. It's madness, absolutely madness. I mean, you've got, it's just madness. It really is. Watch it with me on Matt's Football a week on Sunday night. I'll tell you what, got some exciting stuff as well. Last year, I'm telling you now, even if you don't like American football, watch my watch-along for the Super Bowl and I will get you into it. And there's a lot of downtime as well, so we have a right good laugh. And last year, I literally had a box of American sweets and crisps to keep me going through the night. So as well as a watch-along, it was a taste test. So we'll have a good laugh. Tune in. Has the victims, Oliver Smith, I don't know.
No, stop asking him about that.
That's LA for you, says Isaiah.
And if anyone asks me about the situation with a certain person, I'm answering it. I don't mean you, babe. I mean, if anyone on this channel, no, and I'm being serious, no, asks me about the situation with a certain United player, I'm answering it. You just get blocked. Because I'll get in trouble for it. If someone puts his name in the comments, I'll get in trouble. So don't even. Just let the other people deal with it. I'm leaving to it. I'm letting them basically. What's the word, babe? What do you call it? I'm giving them. Well, all I can say is the victim is being supported. That's all I can say. That's what's the report. She's being supported. She's getting the support that she needs wherever she is. Shut up, word, but break sounds. That's what I'm doing. I'm breaking my sounds to not talk about it.
James says, if West Ham somehow got top four, do you reckon Declan Rice could stay for another year? I mean, it's an interesting conversation, that. I was talking about Declan Rice on the United Stand as a United fan, and
Manage equipment they need. What do you mean they need? What do you mean they need? I don't want to talk. I'm not talking about this. I don't even want to talk about this Richard Pochettino thing because I don't think it's a good idea. Because it's not gonna work.
Where do you think Declan Rice will end up? I don't think West Ham will get top four. I really don't. And the reason I don't think West Ham will get top four is because they've played more games than Spurs, United, and Arsenal. And when Arsenal, United, and Spurs have played their games in hand, I think West Ham will be down sixth anyway. And seventh. And also playing Thursday and Sunday, I think that's going to be a problem. And also, David Moyes has done a fantastic job at West Ham, but if you know anything about David Moyes, and this goes back to his Everton days, whenever he plays a team in the top four, and West Ham fans will know this, whenever he plays a team in the top four, he doesn't play the same like he does when he plays anybody else. He plays deep defensively and basically ends up bottling it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I just don't think West Ham will finish in the top four. So I do think Declan Rice will leave in the summer. I think there's 3 options for him. I think it's Chelsea, Man City, and Manchester United. I think if he comes to Manchester United, it will be because Man City and Chelsea decide not to go for him. If Chelsea go for him, he'll go there because that's his club. And if Chelsea don't want him, I'd still expect him to go to Man City ahead of us if they wanted him. Where would I advise him to go? Chelsea or Man City? I wouldn't go anywhere near United at the moment. And that's a horrible thing to say. And some United fans don't seem to understand that you can be a fan of United and say that the club's a mess. Because if you say it's not a mess, you're basically defending the Glazers. The club's a mess. From top to bottom, it is a mess. And one player's not going to change that. The only thing that's going to change that is new owners, really. So
Yeah, basically, even though we've got like these players like Ronaldo, Sancho, and Varane, it's still the owners. The owners are key in that little sense of saying the key. Nothing to do with players. Well, it is, but it's mostly about the board. The board needs to go. Yeah, Bubba's gone. Yeah, but there's still the Richard Arnold and all them.
We literally did get beat 5-0, so I can't say Raza. It's happened.
I love
The
you.
prices are correct.
Love you.
The game has little impact on the cost. The watch along with the Super Bowl is the highlights of your content. I cannot wait for it, Corey. I'm so excited for the NFL watch along. I feel that last year I haven't watched NFL for probably 15 years. So last year's watch along, I've done a bit of look back and I was ready for it. But that was the only NFL game I watched last year, and I really enjoyed it. This year, I've been watching normal season games and the playoffs. I've watched nearly every game, so I'm much more into it, much more aware. And you can casually watch NFL Super Bowl every year, which is what I've done for quite a few years. But it's so much better when you watch the playoffs before it. And God, the playoffs were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. Cowboys were my team, and they nearly beat San Francisco, but didn't. Then San Francisco knocked one of the favourites, the Packers, out. Tom Brady's Bucks was so close to going through, and they got knocked out. So yeah, it's just been really, really good. Obviously, the Chiefs got knocked out at the weekend by the Bengals. The ticket prices are correct, so thank you very much. Anyway, Mark, would you have done that one? Thanks everybody who's watching, by the way. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Let's see if we can get to 612,000. Why do I like the Cowboys? Basically, my grandparents went to America when I was about 8, and they came back with like memorabilia, and I had like a they bought me an American. I had a metal baseball bat and a glove and a ball. I had Dallas Cow. They brought me a Dallas Cowboys American football top, so that's just why I had it. True story. You know, like in your bedroom, you got 4 walls normally. If you haven't complained, we had a feature wall in my room, so 3 walls were painted and 1 was wallpapered. And the wallpapered wall was American football. It was amazing. I wish I had a camera phone in them days because it was amazing wallpaper. It had all the football teams with their badges and players. It was amazing, really good. Celtic bought Tarte for 1.4 million. That's some good January business. Says Tit. And thoughts on Roy Keane managing Sunderland again after 11 years out of management? Some challenging. I don't know whether he's took the job yet, mate, but we're about to kick off the second half here. Let me just start it for you. Is there any way back, or a Celtic going for 6? I think this could end up being 5 or 6. Let's go. I'll tell you a story as well about the true story. I support Dallas Cowboys because they bought me that top. The baseball bat was amazing. It was metal. I don't know whether the baseball bats are meant to be metal or not, but it was a metal baseball bat. And I got it out one day, and we went out on the front garden, me and my mate, and we were playing baseball. And everyone saw that we had all the equipment, so they were, cool, can we play? And anyway, I'd been batting, or whatever you call it, and I was out, 3 strikes and you're out. And I was sulking, and I gave the baseball bat to this guy who was a little older than me, because I must have been about 7. This lad was about 11. And I'm moaning, saying I still want to go. Someone threw the ball, he swung, missed, and smacked me on a full swing. I was knocked out. Next thing I know, I'm in an ambulance, and I had to stay in overnight. And it looks like I hadn't fractured my skull, but I looked like Rocky Balboa the next day. Ahmad's been taken off. Not surprised to be honest. Ahmad off. United are the only thing I care about, and the Glazers are making me miserable. When they sell the club, I'll swim from the US to England and buy you a pint, says Kenneth, and I'll be there to drink it. Ahmad is off, apparently. I don't know who's come on for him, but yeah, Sakala's come off. Well, I've lost my chat. I'm not being without my chat. All the chaos at United comes from within. It creates a perfect environment for a takeover, says Thomas Hodgkinson. Thank you very much. They metal for all levels except for pro. Pro only use wood bats, says Desire. Thank you very much. There you go. A little bit of insight into baseball bats. Senegal are going to the final. Could be Mane versus Salah in the final. I suppose technically, if you're a Liverpool fan, you might have been expecting to have Mane and Salah back if they hadn't done so well. I suppose that's the downside. If you're a Liverpool fan, you probably wish them all the best. But if they're in the final on Sunday.
But like I said, guys, there's two things I've got to put in now. I've also got the press conference reaction tomorrow. And then I don't think we've got any watch songs then until oh no, I got one on Saturday, West Ham and Kingminster. What I'm doing Arsehole, which was supposed to be my fever stream, but now I'm doing it as a I'm doing everything because I did the fever stream today. And then fever stream will be back. Well, the fever stream will be back probably Sunday for the. I'm just gonna do drafts, I think. Because obviously, I've got my first game of the season against Southampton, which I'm going to be playing in about 2 weeks. Yeah.
I get a lot of praise in the chat. If it's, I probably will do a watch along in the final of the AFCON. If it's, especially if it's Mane versus Salah, I think it's a nice subplot. No, they've got a really great. I don't think you necessarily do. Get a one.
Hey, did you say he's not going to his mum's this weekend, is he?
I don't think so.
You'll have to let me know. You'll have to let me know on. I'll message you on. Well, even though we're still speaking tomorrow as well. I'll have to message you probably about 9:30 so when I get up on Friday. I only didn't message you because obviously I knew he was going away. I obviously knew he was going to his mum, so I never used to message you now. But since your mum's not been well, you might just. Has he been on one today?
Okay, so would you play Greenwood next? Oh, the clock's not on. Sorry. I might turn that on. Why is the clock not on? I don't know that. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, what have I done with the clock? Oh, that looks like somebody started it. You're an idiot. Sorry about that. We have 5 minutes and no clock. Is it on the screen now? Yes, it is. Oh, I feel sorry for you all. 5 minutes of no clock. I apologise. I feel really sad and sorry for you. You've had 5 minutes of no clock. Then again, virgins have a lifetime of no. That doesn't work actually. Best five-a-side of just Irish players. I'm not doing that, Daniel. I'm not doing that. It's too much thinking power. Do you think Salah could leave Liverpool given contract issues? No, I don't think he will. Ewan. Hi, Mark. Any watch-alongs for the Six Nations? No. Not at the moment. You raise a good point. If I was going to do a Six Nations watch-along, I would do England.
So, Bill, you say you do some content tomorrow, did you say?
England, Scotland, but I would only do it.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. You don't do the Nations League, don't you? Do you know? Yeah. Some of the what? I know it is. I know. I'm just letting you know. Just want to let you know because obviously England are in it. What? Oh no, you won't. We won't because you know. I was in it fixtures. All of them. I'm only doing a few of them. Obviously, the one with Portugal. Obviously, probably France, Spain. Only if Germany play like something like Wales or something. Yeah. I definitely do England games. I obviously would do the World Cup as well. And some of the rugby games as well. Some only not a lot. Obviously I've got that one on the 18th.
So what's your wishes tomorrow?
It's up to you, babe. If you want to do concerts tomorrow, it's up to you if you want to watch them tomorrow or not.
I'm not going to do it tomorrow.
Shout out to you, babe, if you want to.
Yeah, might do.
I think he's a player that Premier League clubs might take a look at.
So I'll give it a time cleaner after my lunch.
I think that's a bit shallow to say that these days, don't you? Oh, English clubs will be looking at
Managed to drive by
the world's a small place now.
a bit sleepy.
The football world's even smaller. You know, Sporting Lisbon might be looking at him. Napoli might be looking at him. There's no reason why a Celtic player can't go and play for
Friday.
Dortmund or something like that. So,
They
but I
can't.
certainly think he's a player that Celtic can make a bit of money on. There's a good one here.
So like I said, babe, I don't know if I'm going to do it yet, but
I mean, to be fair,
because I might have
the
a,
lad that's come on for Ahmad,
if Forrest are playing, you'll tell your mum if she's thinking it, it's Leicester, and if it's on ITV, tell her it's on ITV. Because if it is, I'm going to do a watch on for it. I'm going to definitely do a watch on because that's a derby, in it? No, Forest and yeah, it's a derby, that. Well, ish. It's derby-ish. So what? Yeah, fine, Ben. Oh, you little shit. Yeah.
I don't know, I must have scratched my leg or something.
Yeah, let's have a look.
So,
Yeah, I think I might do that game. Yeah.
I saw my back of my foot because my shoe.
That was size of 4, that's even better.
I spotted that. But it will be all.
What's the lockdown situation in
How
Ireland
much do you
now?
reckon?
I know you're not in lockdown, but you don't have
Quite
to
a
really,
bit week after.
is it just masks or anything?
So, what week though? Okay.
We're a long way back for Rangers in this game, and I don't
I've got to clean my makeup back as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that on Sunday, that. I'm going to do that game.
It's not the death knell in there.
So I can most probably do a few draft games, might do a squad game, and then that's it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I need to do
I might start that
a bit of organising.
probably about 1ish. That game.
I'll put some stuff in the story.
Is that promotion we got you?
Interestingly,
This here size 54.
Did I put any writing on that then? No, no.
I mean, both things are a tiny bit big. A tiny bit.
No, babe, was there any writing on that? Not engagement, the promotion we got you.
It's a tiny bit big. You know where it keeps being
No. I said writing. I forgot because it's been a bit since I bought it, you know. No, so there's no writing on it.
On the inside, yeah.
What did it say?
Well, you know it's real when it's got writing in it.
No, I mean, what did it say? Because I forgot what it said.
Is it, no, write it. It just says what size it is
Oh.
and stuff.
I thought it said something about forever together or something. I thought that's what I thought I got it, didn't it?
No, that's probably the name of it.
Yeah.
What size is this one? It doesn't say what size, it just says what cavity is.
There's a big difference in his physicality and directness, you know.
But I think I need to go a size down.
Do we know United's budget for the summer?
So I might have to
I don't even know why people even
get a size
No,
lower.
No, it doesn't fall off. I just made it move side to side a lot.
Should I have to get you a new one then?
No, it's fine. It just keeps going side to side.
Oh, mine does that.
Off, though.
Mine does that sometimes. Mine one. I don't mean me gives ring. I mean some my rings do it.
It doesn't come off. It's just a bit loose. And I've got very small fingers. What's the size of it? Look.
I just had a news story here. I don't know
54, but they've got letters. I don't know what letters that is.
A good source on WhatsApp.
I just don't. I can't put. I don't know where to say all this shit because I don't know what the fuck's doing them.
Rings in letter.
I reckon they've got bloody that get. Did I do that? No, I didn't. I did that stream, you know. I don't want a minute. Swear to God, I don't want a minute Scottish. But be, I don't know. Probably, I don't know. It won't be in the May. It won't. No, because I'll be doing. Yeah.
Oh, 54 is a EU size.
Yeah.
Which is an N, but I think I probably need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, it's the fourth smallest, this one.
Great to Manchester, please say we're releasing him without charge. We haven't got the
I'll probably
evidence
need.
to charge him. Well, therefore,
I want to put one of that.
an offence. You know, you can't,
I'll have to try
you
some
can't be guilty by
Yeah.
public perception. United wouldn't be
I think you can get something to get your rings on.
You know what I mean? I think it's 100% if he's
So I need
if
to
he's done what he's
be
accused of,
an hour
then,
and
yeah, it's the right thing to do by the club. But I find it a little bit weird that they're doing it already when there's no decision been made. You know,
Yeah, I must have really tiny fingers.
But it just seems a bit to me. It's a bit preemptive, maybe. But I also understand, and there's always two sides.
Yeah.
If you are somebody who's got a shirt
I've got very tiny
with that on the
fingers.
back, this is the other side. And there's
Oh,
always
you get
two
them
sides.
smaller now, but
Are you going to go to Old Trafford on Friday night with a shirt
If
with
I've
that
got
on the back? You're going to be very
N,
uncomfortable to do it, and maybe that's why.
54 is a bit loose, maybe
It's an
L,
addition to do.
L,
It's just an
or N.
addition that anybody wearing it is going to feel a bit uncomfortable. Here's a bar down
I'll
the
just try
left, right-hand side.
I can't believe it's
So
smaller than
exciting.
that.
But we don't
Maybe
have
it's
the money yet to
teenagers
actually
get
back the
contacts.
summer spend. It's stupid to be doing.
You know, people who
In
collect
fact,
rings and that.
I am actually going to put a video link in the video description for you. Some of you might have watched it already, but it's well worth a watch. Oh, cross comes in, Rangers, Celtic.
Yeah.
So no, my ring can fit inside them, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that, Amber.
Is it? Just one question. Is that the first engagement you have off any of your partners you've had? Your first, yeah.
Yeah.
When you know who asked you, did he ever give you one, or did he ever ask you?
No, I did ask.
So he did ask you.
Yeah.
But he never. So basically, yeah, she said, "Will you marry me?" Yeah, but no ring.
Yeah.
That's why, babe. Next, I think I'm hopingly next month, when you spoke to your mum probably when she gets a bit more thingy, we can probably see each other more in between February, can't we? Hopingly. Because that's we was going to do it this month, but obviously with your mum not being well, I didn't want to leave her, and that's of me. Because if you left your mum, she might have had a bit of a bigger episode, wasn't she? And I don't want that.
You get these spots on my hand.
I know.
Leave them delicious. Is it nice?
Can anyone confirm he's on our Sunday? Because I did say to our graphics guy, put me a bar on with Ahmad, the two wide players, both of them will start on the right as well.
I don't know. What's your point? Is it the phone? That must be a clip or anything. missing word. I don't know where.
As soon as they make Brighton under investigation, how comes Greenwood suspended marks of unofficial?
Yes. Okay.
Don't comment on things. I'm talking to myself here. I'm just going to do a quick Google search and then I'll give you an answer.
Jackson.
No, right, babe.
He's releasing full investigation.
Okay, just have to ignore it. I understand.
So Basuma, according to this article, was arrested on suspicion of sexual
I need to get out to
assault.
2 or 100, please. I don't know where it was.
I think the severity of the offences is worse. Not underplaying that sexual assault is ever acceptable, but we don't know the level of that. We don't know the level either. I wouldn't get locked in on why this, why that, because it can come across as unsympathetic to the victim. I think, I don't know the Brighton situation.
Yes.
Manchester United came out very quickly and said that he will not be playing or training whilst this is going on. And I think we all know that was the right decision. Mark, I want to thank you and the team for your pro coverage of the Greenwood case, unlike some clickbait channels such as Sean from Ireland. Yeah, well, you can't please everybody anyway. Some people felt that we shouldn't have said anything about it, but I've tried to be very,
Okay.
professional. And yeah, I must admit, on Sunday morning, I did see a channel that had a thumbnail.
24-hour.
Ridiculously clickbaity title, and also
That's what kind of puppy likes it last 24 hours.
Of that unfortunate girl with blood coming from her nose. I was like, oh my god. No wonder fan content gets criticised when you've got people doing something like that. It's disgusting. But it did get changed because I presume people who actually watched the video, which I would never have done, didn't know the shit. But yeah. Anyway, that reminds me, if you are not up to date, or if you are not locked, Corner from Celtic's just gone out for a goal kick. If you're a bit confused about the process of UK criminal investigations, I've got a link in the video description. It's called The Investigation Process. It's a video I put out a few hours ago. A lot of people, when I was doing the United stand earlier, were getting it wrong, saying what bail means and things like that. I'm not talking about garage bail. And so I did a little sort of 10-minute video explaining not how that investigation works, but how the investigation works. So if you're confused, give it a watch, because it will just give you a little bit of knowledge around something that will counter some of the comments that are going on, this social media, trial by social media, which is just not right. So yeah, if you want to know the investigation process of how people are dealt with when they're in custody, what bail means, give it a watch and see what you think. Because I was in the police and I've dealt with many investigation and bailed people and charged people and things like that. So yes, it might help you, especially if you're not from the UK, because there's just been so many people, even in my WhatsApps with friends, I've had people saying, this is what this means, and I've gone, no, it doesn't. So, but I think that it's an interesting topic and a disturbing topic for so many people, not just Manchester United fans, but in general. So and everyone's going to have an opinion, aren't they? So yeah, have you still got your uniform? I got out of the uniform as quick as I could, mate. I was only in the uniform for about, I think I got out in record time. I just wanted to be in CID, in a suit. So I spent most of my time doing that. But if you do your job properly, you're there to help people and you're there to be professional. And, I dealt with people that, were accused of doing all sorts of things, and you just, it's not for everybody. Some people just can't differentiate. And
never treat me like a waiter.
Social media.
Never treat
and there we go. just get rid of these idiots in the chat. I never understand why they sit and watch. You know, it absolutely amazes me. Like, you've got Twitch, normal TV, YouTube, and God knows what else. There's probably at least.
I was checking my thing. We put some bloody thing by accident. My bloody WhatsApp.
Harris, watch how Forest right wing runs. It's amazing. What, Nottingham Forest or what? I don't remember Harris. I've been Starbridge, yeah. Paulino to United. Oh, don't talk to me about United and transfers. I've got absolutely no appetite for it. I'm so pissed off with United at the moment. That's all I can say. I'm just fed up with them. Absolutely fed up with them. I cannot. Doesn't matter who you support. I just still cannot get my head around how a player says they want to leave, the manager says they can leave, and then the board says no, you're not. Welcome to Manchester United Football Club. The manager wants a midfielder. There's a midfielder he wants. The club says no. They're just run by absolute incompetent people. I cannot get excited about United's transfer policy or managers. I just can't. I have to do it because it's what I do on the United stand, but I don't want to spend the time on this channel talking about it. I've had enough of them. The only thing I want to look at is the match. Oh, the referee's not happy here. Something going on in the crowd, I think.
Yeah, the train that lady. I think you are looking out. What's that?
SC says, stop being so negative. We'll bring in a midfielder and make top three. Well, that in itself makes me feel negative. Oh, top three. God, they're spoiling us. I've seen us win trebles. I've seen us win Premier Leagues. I'm not happy. How come there isn't any Rangers fans there, says Sam? I presume they're not allowed because it's there's been loads of trouble in the past. Being a man at United doesn't give you permission to insult people. We'll have a mental breakdown because of this book. Shane, I've not insulted anybody. I don't know what you're talking about. Please don't. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. But I've not insulted anybody tonight, so I don't know what you're on about. Next, cooking with Goldbridge. I was hoping to do it this week. I want to make this Bakura thing, but I'll be honest, I won't be doing it this week because this week's just flown by. I thought about time this week, and it's not. It's flown by. I've never been to Cork. I'd like to go to Cork. I've never been. Well, we've got 20 minutes to go. I don't think there's going to be a comeback. Rangers banned Celtic fans before Celtic are doing the same, says George. So Celtic fans can't go to Ibrox either. Okay.
What's she saying?
Something that has been on my head tonight is what is the capacity of Parkhead? 60,000. Wow. 60,000 Celtic. 50,000 at Ibrox. Big stadiums, they are. Rangers on the attack. Could get his shot off. Good block. And they're shouting for a handball, but there's not going to go. Cameron says, I used to go sitting on cases at the Old Bailey during my lunch hour when I worked near school. Oh, look, I love it. You know, I wouldn't. You'd have to have a lot of spare time to go and do it, but I've never really thought about it before. But you know, if you get an interesting case and you've got the time to go and watch it from start to finish, and sit in the public gallery, they're very interesting. Very long though, and there's loads of breaks. Rangers on the attack. Tavernier into Roof. A bit of skill. Rangers have been much better in the second half, but you just wonder whether that's because Celtic have lowered their intensity and just sort of managed it a little bit second half. Mohamed High. Club Sports News from Omar. He says Danny van der Beek joins Everton. That's never a handball. It does hit his arm, but he's got it tucked in. WrestleMania watch-along, says Saran. I mean, to be honest with you, I would rather have done Royal Rumble. I did WrestleMania last year, which was crap.
When was it, Cardiff?
I don't watch wrestling enough to know, really. Is Tavernier any good, says Daniel? I don't think he's good enough to play in the Prem. He always seems to have a good card on FIFA. Super Bowl is a week on Sunday. I'm doing that. Yes, Anakin. I used to love wrestling, the British game here, years ago. Used to love it. Is it the same anymore? I mean, I can't knock it because it may be as good as when I used to watch it. But I used to watch it when we had like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold, Bret the Hitman Hart. It was just a great, great time with Cross. Cleared away by Celtic. Yeah, you wonder how much game time Anna will get now. I hope it's not like you're on the bench now. Maybe he will get game time. Good cross, headed away. Celtic have certainly defended way better than Rangers over the bar. Do you think Liverpool or Chelsea will win the final? I'm looking forward to the Carabao Cup final. We'll definitely be in a while.
I can't wait for that.
And I'm looking forward to it.
The Carabao Cup final, which I will be doing for that baby, you know that, don't you? I'm doing that cup final.
When Chelsea, Man City or Liverpool play each other, I think that they are good games. And I think Chelsea and Liverpool is a better game than Man City and Liverpool because well, actually that's a bit unfair. I just think that they're better games to watch because they're probably more equal. Mark Scopes of YouTube, nobody say anything else. Says, oh, thank you very much, Pam. It would be ironic if Man United won the Champions League without true CDM. Well, it's not going to happen, Myron. Even as a United fan, you should be able to dream and believe. I don't see how Manchester United win the Champions League. I thought it was really unlikely that Chelsea would win the Champions League last year, but at least you base that on the fact that they weren't having a good season. When you look at their squad, it always had the potential to do well. I don't see how. Do any of you genuinely think Manchester United would win the Champions League? I just don't. We've lost, I would say, 85% of our midfield battles in the Premier League this year, and you expect us to win the Champions League? Like, you're going to have to play Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. You're probably going to have to beat at least two of those teams. You might get through one. Remember, it's 2 legs as well. So, I just can't see it. I just can't see as being able to do it. It would be stunning by Rangnick if he could coach a team to do that. Ralph or Poch? No. Sorry, I've got to make a choice, I suppose, Mikhail. I just don't know about Pochettino, to be honest, mate. I really don't. Thank you for doing this. I couldn't watch it here in the USA. Have a beer on me. You're awesome. I think we're all looking forward to better times to come. Go BBBs, says Chris Mitchell. Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate the super chat. Another yellow card here for Rangers. At least it's not gone the way I thought it was going to go for them. But not go 5-0. Tavernier scored 20 goals last season, says Barry Charles. What, from right back? Yes, United will. Ronaldo turns into an animal in the Champions League, says CM. Will he get the service, though? I mean, I do think there's a potential of United in creativity for Ronaldo simply because with Greenwood not able to play, in a footballing sense I'm talking here, with Greenwood not able to play, that means we won't have 2 wide forwards putting in and shooting at one time. And we don't have another wide forward to do that. So you're forced to pick a Pogba or a Sancho out wide who is more creative. So you get more opportunities. I came off at half time.
And I don't know what I'll be doing after this game, guys. It's either FIFA or about to go back to Netflix because I played FIFA before, so I might get back on FIFA tomorrow because I'm enjoying this Netflix series at the minute. Plus, I'm starving me still, so I might go and get elbows here before. Well, not me who's going to score next, but yeah. Jonathan, baby, elbows in, man.
Taverniers on penalties, though, says Ethan. OJ facing what do you think? Well, who do you think will win the league, Champions League, and FA Cup? Good question. Good question. I like that. More in February now. So, Liverpool have got the potential to go on the sort of run to try and get near them, and I hope they do, just to make it a bit interesting. But I still think Man City will win it. Ollie return or Daffy Duck as manager? This is Jack. I think Daffy Duck would be brilliant in press conferences. I'd pay to watch that. So I'd go Man City for the league, which is what I predicted at the very start of the season on this channel. I will go for FA Cup. I think FA Cup's difficult to predict because you would expect Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool to go deep in the Champions League. That they may. The problem with the FA Cup is that Liverpool and Chelsea are in the Carabao Cup final, but you can basically be quite strong in that because the rounds are at a time where nothing else is really that important. The FA Cup, like quarter-final, semi-final, they're in sort of April time, aren't they? Which is when you're focused on the league and the Champions League. So I don't know. FA Cup. United could get a chance in the FA Cup. I agree with you, David. I think the FA Cup is the best chance of United winning a trophy, and we need a trophy. We've not won a trophy since what the Europa League, so it's a massive gap since we've won a trophy. I'm not going to predict United because I don't want to jinx it, but I think that the FA Cup is a hard one to call. I'd probably say Man City just out of. Oh, he's hit the bar from a bloody mile out. What a hit that was. Rangers into the bar about 30 yards. Joke off the beat. So yeah, I'll say Man City for the FA Cup because I'm boring. And then Champions League. Bloody hell, I'm predicting a City treble here if I predict them. So I think City will win the league. I think City will win the FA Cup. And Champions League, I'm not predicting City. I think City have got a bit of a headlock when it comes to that. I want to watch Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich is hard. I want to say that I think it would be. I actually think Liverpool might win the Champions League. I know how many would that be for them, but I'm hoping Bayern Munich are decent this year because I think they might be a contender. So I think Bayern or Liverpool for me for the Champions League. But, it could be Chelsea. It could be Man City. I don't think Chelsea will win it this year. I think there's just something about Chelsea this year that they're just not quite right. But, PSG have to be stunned if they won it. They should be. They should be favourites to win it. The players that they got, but it's just not working out of it yet. But you never know.
It's I mean.
What is he doing?
No.
What?
I know.
But the defender's done well. It's like St. Just there, the Rangers defender. Messi at PSG. What's going on there? I mean, you don't want to talk about it because Messi fans get so bitter and angry about it. But what? Genuine grown-up conversation. What's wrong with Messi? He's in a league where I was like, oh, Stat Pad Central. Like, it's not being on the train. Here we are. This train will be stopping at Alcester, Stoke, and Stat Pad Central. Depart here, Lionel Messi. I mean, it's like he's playing Farmers. He should be scoring. Look at what he did in La Liga. he should be skipping past them and scoring worldies. I don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with Messi. Does he not want to be there? He's one of the greatest players ever played the game. You know, and with all due respect, the French league ain't all that. And I'm honestly asking because I haven't been watching. I don't watch the bloody French league.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt he'll be back. Anakin. I just don't know what's wrong with him. I don't think it is over. Something is his age. Something's missing from him, says Ali. Yeah, I think there is something missing. Might be a mental block, says who said that? Kane not wanting to be there. I don't think he did want to leave Barcelona. And I don't think he ever should have left Barcelona. He's got every right to earn what he's got to earn. People who say, well, he should have paid but stayed at Barcelona. I think that's a very harsh decision to make when you've got Ronaldo and Neymar making ridiculous amounts of money. You are what you were. You should always argue that you get what you worth. So I understand that, but the situation that developed, he never should have left Barcelona. There should have been. The Liga should not have allowed it to happen either. Like, it should never have happened, and I don't think he wanted to leave. And yeah, I think it's a big shame that because whatever you say about Messi, he is a class act, isn't he? And I don't think it will be lost on him that he's gone from Barcelona where he's been since he was a kid. He's won everything, and it's incredible to go into PSG, which, to be honest with you, is just a bunny club, isn't it? That's what it is. So I wonder if that is a bit of a problem for him, where he just doesn't feel it. I don't know. Mane versus Salah final. Well, we'll find out tomorrow if Egypt beats. Are they playing Cameroon? Maybe we'll watch along here on Sunday nights. We'll see. Interception. Here he goes. Oh, good tackle there. Celtic doing. Hi, Mark. Thoughts on the Celtic managers, Elijah? I think it's very hard to judge managers from that league, to be honest with you. I know Gerrard's done very well, but I think it's very hard to say, that manager will do well. Because look, Neil Lennon did well. Is he a Premier League standard manager? It's hard to tell. Has Roy Keane actually gone to Sunderland? A lot of people are talking about it. I'd like to see Roy Keane back managing, Cross comes in by Celtic, headed away. Well, Rangers are going to lose this game, that's for sure. 5 minutes to go, 3-0 down. Hi, Mark. The NFL, the NBA, the NHL, and the MLB are all in season in October.
I'm good.
And I like October, Colin. That sounds great.
I'm good.
That does sound great. I won't probably do it for 10 years, though, I probably won't do it for 10 years. Because obviously we've got kids in school and stuff.
No.
And I'm not saying I'm taking them with me, but...
Yeah.
Where's Dad? He's in America. Look at him. He's watching the Cowboys now. Baseball, I wouldn't have a clue. I don't even know any teams. What? It's the Yankees, isn't it? New York Yankees. They're quite a big MLB franchise. Is it Oakland Raiders as well? I think I had a cap for them once. A green and orange thing. Green and gold. I like them. Yeah. Red Sox, yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, whack your teams in. So Cowboys are my NFL team. NBA would have to be Chicago Bulls, and they're not even very good, are they? But it's just nostalgia reasons. Got no clue about baseball really, and ice hockey. I would love to watch ice hockey, but they play too regularly and too many games. That's the trouble with American sport. That's why I like NFL, because they can't play loads of games. Like in the playoffs in baseball and ice hockey, they play best of 7, don't they? Like at least in American football, they're too knackered. They have to play one. Don't forget MLS also plays in October, so that's yeah. I'll be on this. In ice hockey, I used to buy NHL ice hockey on computer systems every year. I loved it. I used to love it when you'd whack someone and they'd fall on the ice and they'd have blood coming out their head. And all the fighting as well. And I quite like the dynamic of the game. But who would be my team? I mean, I don't watch it, so I don't know. But is it the Detroit Red Wings, Montreal Flyers, Pittsburgh? Is it Pittsburgh Steelers? I'm trying to think of it. I know Chicago had a team. I mean, they've all got a team, haven't they? Mighty Ducks. Do they actually exist? Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, I watched the Amazon program on that. It's quite good. I do like ice hockey, but I don't know how I could ever commit to watching it. It's too.
Well, guys, looks like it's going to be a Rangers loss.
They play too much. Yeah, a lot of people Christians saying my problem with American sports is the franchise model. Yeah, I mean, look, that. I mean, what would you think about that in football? Imagine that in football. Oh God, Celtic fans are doing the Poznan. I really just don't get that. The club's thing, and she is old. I don't like it. Toronto Raptors fan, says Landon. Be that. Yeah, but can you imagine in the Premier League if every club basically had a draft system? So the draft system in NFL, American football is, every season there's a draft in April. And is it the top 200 college players can be drafted in? But equivalent would be, so when the draft happens in April, the shittest team in the NFL gets the first pick. So this would be like, we don't have a college system in the Premier League, but imagine there's 260 players available to be signed, and Norwich would get first pick of the best player. And then it would be Newcastle, Burnley, all the way up. So it's for fair. It's to make it fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Burnley get the first pick because they're bottom at Manchester, you're right. But you don't know league teams then, would you? You'd be drafting in young players. But you'd have to have a college football system, which we don't have. I don't like that. Some people love the draft system. I don't really. I think that, but does it make it fairer? You know, you can still do.
No.
Interesting. I don't fully understand the American football system anyway, because you can still do transfers, can't you? You can do trades, but I don't know how many trades you can do. And they have like, they have wage limits as well. You can only pay up to a certain wage limit. So if you're trading, you can't just have a massive. You know, United would be fucked because we've got one of the biggest wage bills. If everyone had to have the same wage bill. Salary cap, that's it. Celtic have been doing the huddle for years, Mark. Harris, okay. I don't like it still. With no Premier League on the weekend, any plans for Inter Milan and Atletico Barca this weekend? Keep up the good work, Mark. Love the content. So Premier League darts tomorrow, Mark, says Jake. There you go. Thanks, Jake. I'm not a Rangers or Celtic man, mate. I was watching this game basically because I had a spare evening, and people have been asking me to watch an old firm Watchalong for years. And of course, Ahmad was playing for Rangers in the first half, so I was like, perfect, you've got to do it. Tariq says even if we had a draft system, we still wouldn't get a CDM. Mark, Celtic fans echo that stadium every time, but United aside, even though Keane was right. Prawn fans, David McAvoy. I was thinking about doing Leicester versus Forest on Sunday, Miles, but the problem is that's a 4 kickoff, I think, and then the African Nations final is at 7 o'clock. So I could either do back-to-back watch-alongs or just drop one of them. I don't think I'd be massively interested in doing the final. I mean, the reason I would do the AFCON final is if it's Salah against Mane. I think that would make it really interesting. Nothing against Cameroon, but yeah, let's see. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. I've really enjoyed the watch along and chat tonight. It's been really good. And we're nearly at 612,000, which is fantastic. We're only 150 away. So thanks everyone who subscribed tonight. And as I say, everyone's welcome on the channel. Loads more content and watch alongs to come. You can get your highlights for the CUFC FIFA mode as well. It's not at lunchtime. George Nicholas says do both. You know, it is actually quite tiring.
Energy, yeah.
It's hard to do it back-to-back watch-alongs. We'll see.
That's saying the word.
Can't make any promises. That's what I say.
Normally it's not
What you can do now, we're going to go and watch episode 2 of the series I'm watching at the moment, which I'm not going to tell you because somebody will have watched it and they will ruin it for me. I finished those off. I enjoyed it. I was watching it all last week. I really enjoyed it.
Oh my god.
Which is brilliant, but also very therapeutic to watch. I do recommend it. Well worth it. Thanks for subscribing, Dolly.
Yeah.
He says everyone dies at the end, Mark. The second, it's not even finished yet. We're halfway through final season. Cobra Kai is fantastic. Everyone dies at the end of that. Fernando Agnedo. I did like Narcos, yes, I did, Edvin. All of Us Are Dead looks really good on Netflix. I haven't watched it, but I looked at it and I thought, you know what? I like the concept of that. It does look good.
Name. They call me Poopy. They call me Poopy. Boxes of a cereal.
I think the ending of Afterlife is fantastic.
Bounties of a chicken.
Because it's whatever you want it to be. I really enjoyed it.
I
tell you what, I've mentioned it before. You know the post
and
you know the stinky one. You know.
He doesn't know my name.
I did a podcast with him.
Babe.
No, my actual name.
I really
Jasmine Hart, Georgina Gutteridge.
Is great, says Lay,
Well done.
and Derby County's lost, says Bob. I didn't realise there was any championship football on tonight.
No, Mr. Pooh.
Final whistle's gone here. Derby lost 2-0 to Huddersfield.
Fire.
They did.
They call me Stacy. They call me Pam. They call me Sexy.
There we go.
They call me Pink.
Fantastico. Really appreciate it, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I've enjoyed that. David Earl, that's it. I didn't want to say David Earl. You didn't know who he was. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I've watched Mindhunter. It's
Just
good.
because
There's some good stuff out there. I've watched other things. I'm looking forward to the last one. Becker and Hatate were fantastic for Celtic. Thoroughly deserved it. The first half was very, very good from them. Disappointing from Ahmed. He's got to build out from that performance. Take care, everybody. Please smash a like on the video. Can I just say as well, if you are confused by the legal process investigation of the Mason Greenwood case and you're not understanding what bail and everything means, check out the video through the link in the video description. I did it earlier.
Do you know how many places are up today?
It's not
I know.
investigation. I'm not going to discuss that.
45.
It does explain what happens when you're in custody, what bail means, what can happen, and if you're a little bit confused about what's happening happening because I think a lot of people are.
I'll put any food tomorrow.
I think, guys, well, what can I say about that? I thought it was going to be a good one. Well, it was and it wasn't. But I don't know when I'll be doing the next Rangers watch along. I don't know. It could be, I don't know. It could be next month. I don't know yet. But I will be back tomorrow on my Red Devil stand for the press conference for the Rodnick press conference reaction. Until then, peace, love, and rock and roll.